Hello everyone, this is Jackie Pride, and I wanted to go over the Justice card from the Angel Tarot Cards deck by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine, just to give you the perspective of an angel therapy practitioner. I think that if I wasn't a follower of the angel therapy teachings by Doreen Virtue, I would have kind of a hard time jumping into this deck, so thought maybe this would be a good way just to share my perspective, and maybe it will help you guys out. I know that whenever I watch somebody do a reading, it always helps me to become a better reader. It's just amazing, what we learn from each other, and we're all each other's teachers and we're all each other's students. So, okay, the Justice card is paired up with Archangel Raguel, and it says, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, and stand up for your beliefs. And when the Justice card comes up, that tells me that, like, a couple of things. It tells me that it's time to step back and detach, maybe do some energy clearing work to help detach from drama. And it means that Archangel Raguel is coming in as a celestial guide to help heal us from whatever wrong has happened. Also, if that wrong can be made right, Archangel Raguel will help to co-create that with you. But if it's something that, like, if you've been wronged and the other person that wronged you is not going to step up and give you an apology or anything, then Raguel would come in with healing the wound that being unfairly or unjustly treated has caused. So Raguel is very much a healing force for our emotion, like for our heart. And sometimes when something happens, it's hard to wrap your mind around it, and you get hooked into it's something that just becomes part of your daily thought process, or you flash back on it a lot. He helps to calm down the mind and, again, cut those cords that happen and to cleanse that wound of injustice. And this is what the picture looks like. It's a very beautiful card, I think. And I pulled the 3 cards that represent Archangel Raguel from the Archangel Oracle Cards deck by Doreen Virtue, so you can get a feel for his energy. The first card is Clairsentience, and it says, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So he's coming in to help us make sense of what our body is trying to tell us. If you're in a situation that isn't good, or red flags are popping up, something's not fair, something not right is going on, your body is at some point going to not allow you to keep walking into that situation. I've experienced that before, where, for an example, my in-laws, there was so much dysfunction, there was so much toxic dynamic, and it's because my in-laws have a way of they're the kind of people that they don't like to directly talk about what's wrong, so they allow themselves to be distracted with stuff that doesn't really matter on the side. Like, they'll take a little something and turn it into a huge problem, where an outsider might be like, that, who cares about that? What about this over here? But, it's like, shush, shush, shush. So it got to a point where I would actually drive over there when I was dating my husband, I would drive to his house. On the way there, I would begin to have panic attacks. I would start to feel ill. Dread would come over me, and it got so bad, it got to a point where I actually parked in front of the house, and I couldn't make myself get out of the car to go inside. So that's what Archangel Raguel is coming in to help you sort out. What does that mean? Why is that happening? And just to have the courage to face, like, okay, if I can't walk inside of this house, if I can't be around these people, then maybe I need to make some hard decisions. Like maybe break up with, at the time, I guess, or just figure out a way to tell them, look, being around you is not good for me. That's a hard thing to tell people, you know. You make me sick. Like, it's hard to tell them that, and especially if they're saying back to you, well, you make me sick too, and then you're like, well, then why should we make each other sick? Let's just go our separate ways. But it's hard to do that if you're going to marry into a situation like that. So that's just an example of how Raguel comes in to give us the courage to face what our body is telling us, okay? Because we don't want to make ourselves sick to the point that something really bad is going to happen because we don't want to, you know, make waves. So Raguel coming in to give us the courage to, you know, face the truth, which is what the scales and justice is all about. Justice is about facing the truth, right? The next card is Divine Order, and again we have the scales here, and it says everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Now this can be a hard card to accept, but what it really means, it doesn't mean that you're meant to be punished. What it means is that everything is moving forward. Alright, so sometimes we feel like we're stuck in a wound, or we're stuck in a abusive situation, or we're just somehow stuck and it's not moving forward. This is saying everything is proceeding along, okay? And so there is going to be forward movement at some time, and you are going to see some changes happening. They may not be the changes it may be you coming into the picture and making changes and saying, I'm not doing this anymore, or I'm changing the way things are, I'm going to be participating in this. But I think that's what the Divine Order card is saying. It's not saying, well, this is happening because you're being punished. It's surely not saying that the divine plan means you need to suffer. It's not saying that, but it's saying everything is how it needs to be right now. But it's moving forward. It is moving forward, and as it moves forward, we will be able to look back and see the reason why. We will be able to see the hidden blessing, or whatever has not come to light will eventually come to light. Okay, so, and it also tells us, you know, Raguel coming in and helping us to stop focusing on the wound, stop focusing on the, you know, the blame game, and see past that to, this might be a divine mystery that we just have to participate in and somehow get through it. But pulling back from that blame game, pulling back from revenge, pulling back from all that, and just saying it has occurred, it has happened, I can't undo that, so now let's just move forward with, after this has happened, what am I going to do? Am I going to forgive? Do I need time to do that? Do I need to get therapy? Do I need a healing? What do I need to do? So Raguel coming in, like, very, again, just going to open up our eyes and make us face the hard truth, you know, hard decisions to be made here. And then the last one is relationship harmony. And it says, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So we're seeing this card being more of a kudos to, there's been some hard energy between you and someone. That energy is starting to be dissolved now because Raguel is coming in and is dissolving it. Raguel is trying to create a connection that is starting to, you know, maybe fall apart, or it got weakened because something happened. But maybe Raguel is coming in to strengthen the connection so that you and the other person can say goodbye properly. You know, like when somebody's about to pass on, you know, people tend to put aside their hard feelings or what has kept them away. They put that aside just to go one more time to see that person say goodbye, say their goodbyes. You know, so Raguel comes in to help. Maybe a relationship is going to end in some way, but he connects us one more time so we can do a proper goodbye and get some closure. Or maybe it's just telling us that, okay, whatever the fight, whatever the conflict is, it's gonna be, you're gonna make up. So the relationship harmony card, very, very positive card to get. So that's the energy that he brings, you know, very just going to take you and make you look at the hard questions, ask yourself the hard questions, and finding the strength to put aside differences, to reconnect one last time maybe, or reconnect again and see what happens. So it says, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, and stand up for your beliefs. If this card were to come up, I would tell somebody, okay, Archangel Raguel is coming in as a celestial guide, and he is going to help bring healing to a wound of injustice that has occurred. He is going to help you trust your gut instincts faster so that you can get out of a situation faster, or, you know, we don't have to make it so negative. You know, if it's something positive, you know, if you're getting all green lights, you know, to give you the courage to walk through that door of opportunity. Raguel also is going to come in and enlighten us a little bit on how to stop focusing on the surface and get a little bit more esoteric, and maybe recognize, spend some time in meditation, recognizing that we don't understand what God is doing most of the time. A lot of times we just have to sit back and watch it unfold. So Raguel coming in, teaching us how to sit back and be a divine witness. And then also Raguel coming in, there's some place where a relationship has been strained, and he's maybe giving you encouragement to go ahead and do that act of kindness without expecting anything in return, or just go ahead and put yourself out there, don't expect anything in return, but this act of kindness is going to have ripple effects. Just trust that every act of kindness you give will have a positive ripple effect. It will bring something to the light. It will bring some healing. It will dissolve some fear. It will dissolve some doubt in the other person. So it's not about what you're going to get back, but basically having the courage to stand up and say, I'm going to be kind to you because that's the kind of person I am. Even though you don't feel guided, or you are ignoring your guidance to be kind to me. And just basically, he's going to be healing the wound of injustice. That's what I would say. Very, very deep, deep cleansing healing. So that's my take on the Justice card. And I bless us all with enlightenment. And I bless us all with angels of justice to come into our lives and to heal those wounds of injustice, and to bless us with justice, making what has been wrong to help make it right. Okay, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.